What's up? Welcome back to the Cyrus King Show. It's your host, Cyrus King. And this is going to be a little preview of a Patreon episode I just dropped talking about Egypt. And in that episode, I spoke about how, you know, listen, there are people who are coming from the Egyptian standpoint, Egyptian spirituality, where if you want to look at it as a cultural symbol, like let's say you're a Hotep person, you will look at a cultural symbol, knock yourself out, right? I'm more of a sub-Saharan Africa guy myself. I leave Egyptians to the Egyptians, but if you want to fight over politically and culturally what you think Egypt is, knock yourself out. But there's definitely a spiritual component to Egypt that those same people who try to use Egypt as a cultural symbol then try to apply it spiritually. And they often fall short spiritually, right? And they would say, the reason why they would say they fall short spiritually, because they would say the Egyptian knowledge has been lost, or, they have to decode it and blah, blah, blah. And if that's true, one of the aspects of Egyptian knowledge that's been lost is the fact that what the Egyptians who practice high magic thought, how they perceive themselves. The Egyptians who practice high magic, the way they perceive themselves, they perceived Earth itself as Egypt. And what you're calling Egypt, the center of Earth, that's a big difference. And some of them would even perceive the Milky Way an extension of being Egypt, because Hathor or Heteheru was the goddess of the Milky Way, right? And anything outside of that, right, will be alien. So remember when I've said this before. I don't remember. I might have said it in public videos a few times, but I've definitely said it in Patreon videos and when I used to have a website, that what you call aliens, Palladians, all that bullshit, Ashtar Command, even Anunnaki, the reptilian, all that other stuff. That's some life forms and intelligences that used to live on Earth, left, came back, and sounds more powerful to make yourself say that you were always an alien and that you gave us civilization. But in actuality, anyone outside the Milky Way to some extent, the solar system to a better extent, and then the ultimate, Earth itself. And then you keep going, right? From Earth, Africa, right? You can keep going and on and going and going in terms of the little elite little stuff that forms from that. But anybody outside of that will be an alien. So last time I looked, Draco, Orion, Sirius, all that's Milky Way. So none of these cats are alien. And not only none of them cats are aliens, the further you get away from this point, the weaker you get. And that's how the Egyptians saw themselves in that sense. So if you're an Egyptologist who is a little more liberal and you say, we can't understand certain questions about Egypt, maybe aliens, most Egyptologists wouldn't say that, but maybe aliens built it. You're looking at it from a Western standpoint, no matter what color you are. But I break that down more on my Patreon video. So if you were into knowledge, sign up for the Patreon section. So Cyrus King, till next time. To get the full episode. Till next time.